Welcome back from that short commercial break. The show is still Her Moment, and I'm your host, Asha Kutsum. Now, before we went for a break, I'm still with Devine B. She's an artist based in UK, London, and she is young, I must admit. She is this lady who has tried to push her talent in music from way back in London to overseas back here in Uganda. And trust me, her music is still going on. She's not just a musician, but she is also an entrepreneur, a promising young girl who is into international business. Now, what can we say? Ugandan business is going to be broader and bigger. Maybe we have dreams, trying to push them around. But yes, let's not forget that our hashtag is #HerMoment. You can find us on Facebook at Rico TV Uganda and Twitter at Rico TV Uganda. To follow me on my social media pages is Asha Mahliz with Marliz. The rich dad and the poor dad is the topic of discussion today with awesome, beautiful Devine B. Before we went for a break, we really were talking about your Devine, the business lady, and Devine, the musician. But I think we're not going to have much time on that. Let's really take a look. I want the viewers to really see the Devine when she is in the music industry. I mean, what are those challenges you face as a young girl wanting to to lead these female musicians we see who are baking it like crazy in the industry? But despite the fact that you say in London, you still push your music when you're in your holiday and have us covered.
The challenges I face is because I'm a female and I'm younger and I'm new, and there's these other artists that have been there for so long. The first thing they say, she's not Ugandan, because I live in London. Oh, you're too affected. She's not Ugandan. So I have to prove myself 2 times harder than the people that hear that I'm actually from Uganda. I actually do support my country. That's when I had to add in my Luganda more mixing with English. But then a lot of people say, you just do Luganda music, but that's not my aim. Because me as a person, I'm doing it for the people out there that are afraid to sing their language. Some people are afraid to mix it with English because they're scared of their country to judge them. But why are you mixing so much English? Or why you just speak your language? There's a lot of artists that are Ugandan, or children that I know that are Ugandan or Kenyan or anywhere, that they don't embrace their culture. Some people ask me, you could have done music in London, but why do it in Uganda? It's because I don't want to be that artist that forgets their roots. This is the country that formed me. This is where I'm actually from. This is why I'm humble, because of my country. So balancing my music from abroad is really tricky because I go to school. So I had to choose either go to school or don't go to school. But then I do want my degree. So I had to just balance, and I'm still balancing both, which is not easy, but I have to do it. I'm nearly done anyways. So when I come, and I know without school, I'll be tough. I'll be winning.
You'll be there.
I'll be there already.
Go girl, we got you back.
Yeah. But I face challenges of males. They don't really give that respect of a female coming in. And that's because I think because of other females, or that typical thing of, if she's with this person, she's done something with them. Or if she's got this opportunity, she's made her way into it, in that, if you understand.
It's either positive or negative, so they talk a lot.
It's either those things, but you have to grow tough skin. They will judge you, they will talk about you, they will form rumors and everything, but as a female you have to grow tough skin, especially if you're younger and people think you're older. It's like you just have to have tough skin at the end of the day, because people will always talk. So yeah, as an artist.
How do you handle the bloggers out there?
I don't see them.
You don't?
I don't go online because if you search for things, you see them. So I either don't see them, or if I do see them, because I have a big family, there's always that one sister that will annoy you. There's always that little brother that will annoy you. So if a blogger who I don't know annoys me, I won't take it personally, because they don't know me personally. Yeah. So I just ignore them.
So after all, they're making their money and you mind not their business.
I don't mind them. I don't. The more they talk, whether it's hate or whether it's a good thing, they're still giving me that light, they're still giving me that spotlight, so I don't really mind.
So what are these things like you would do or you would tell to the young ladies, the young girls out there who are into the music industry or who would want to also be part of the music industry, but then they really have this bias, my papa, my mother, or what will the headmaster at school say, or what will my friends talk about me, or because the villagers, Ugandans in Africa, we have a society whereby women are welcomed second, and when you go into the music industry, they will think, she's a gone case.
I would say before you decide to be an artist, what kind of artist do you want to be? What kind of musician do you want to be? So for me, I decided if I'm going to step out of my dad's lane and say I'm going to be an artist, what do I want to represent? What do I want to bring to the table? So young ladies out there that want to do music, look at it of, what are you bringing? Are you bringing positivity, or are you just going to be undressing yourself on stage? Are you going to be a role model, or you're just going to just be, representing the bad side? So if no matter what you do, if you're doing it for the good, people support you. At first they won't support you. Like my family didn't support me first. People didn't support me first. Even my friends didn't believe in me first. But when you continue doing your own thing, they'll catch up eventually. And if you're doing music and you feel like people are not supporting you, keep doing. Never give up, because there's always someone there that will support you. First they hate, then they copy. So next they'll like you. But grow tough skin. First of all, lay out what you're trying to represent, what you're trying to bring to the table. Make sure that if you're being a motivative person, bring it to the table. If you're trying to be don't want to say the word, but a bad person, don't bother, because people will not support you. Always be humble when you're trying to do music. Be humble, because making friendships in the industry is one key that will get you success. That's why because people ask me, Devine, how have you made it in 2 years' time? Well, this is now happy years, by the way. This is now 2019. But how you make it is connections. Don't quelagas too much, because when you bring that alter ego, people will not want to have business with you, because you're showing them that you're better than. When you're first being introduced in the industry, always show them that they are higher, you're lower, and you need them so much. Obviously, when you make it, you don't have to deal with them. But when you're beginning, make sure you're friends with even the chapati guy, because he will support you. Make sure you're friends with the big guys. But it's always the underground people that you need to be friends with. Make sure you're friends with artists. Be down to earth, be humble, because that will get you very far. That will even get you, it will be a point where, if I work with you, people pay you, but because we have a connection, I wouldn't have to pay you for a collaboration, because we have that connection.
Yes.
So make connections. Connections are one thing that got me far, and being friends with people. That's why I have what I have today.
Wow, this would be, if Devine B was to have us maybe more than 2 hours, it would be interesting, trust me, because it's a big and long story to have. But then, not driving away from the topic of discussion, you are this girl who has been in the experience of the poor dad and the rich dad. Now, to the viewers, I would like you to maybe help us differentiate people will call the poor dad, but they're not the poor dad, as long as they bring something to the table. And the rich dad, people think of the rich dad and they think, yes, everything is brought on a silver plate, but that's not it. So we really, the viewers would want to know what is on the table. What do we expect on the two? How do they relate? And how have they brought you, nurtured you into this Devine B, who has been here and there?
So the difference between the poor dad and the rich dad, for me, they're the same. For me, there's nothing that's changed except the lifestyle. But the morals and the characters always have been even tougher now. Because back in the day, we didn't have to. It didn't matter how we looked. It didn't matter how we spoke. No one knew us. We were just there in our small house. No one. Our life was our life. But now it's like there's that cliche thing of now you're like coon sorta. So with my dad, we're business people. We think alike. And actually, I look up to my dad a lot, because when I have my empire, I do not want to change. Because I've seen a lot of people, when money comes in, they change a lot. So for me, I don't want to be that person. That's why I look up to my dad, because regardless, I always want to be humble. And for me, my dad, we grew up in a place where always God is in our family, 100% God. So there's always ups and downs. We started from the downs, now we are okay. So it's like with my dad, he always makes us close to God, always be humble. He gives us wise words. So with my dad, the only difference I'll say now is that if he has more of an understanding of the business world, because before he didn't, but now if I come to him, I'll be like, Dad, what do you think about this? Because even my dad, funny enough, if I have a performance, I'll show him my video, I'll be like, Dad, do you think I performed well? Do you think I spoke well in this interview? He's like my mentor behind the scenes. It's not a thing of splash me money, splash me this. It's really not like that. So the only difference I'll say is now I have more advice with my dad. Or before, I'll hardly see him because he has work.
Yeah.
He always has to go there in Kampala, sell his things, come back, we have nothing. It will be more dark clouds, but now it's like we bond together, we work together, we bring our heads together. So that's the difference. But for me, my dad has always been the same. But I feel like now he's even more stricter because he knows now I'm in the industry. It's so easy to fall in the wrong lane. Having that one friend that can just ruin your reputation, or something can happen and your whole reputation can go. So now I think he's even become more, not strict, but more of a secure person. Of you don't have to be everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to do what they're doing. You don't have, that's one thing also to people who are coming up. You don't have to be everywhere.
You have to get your own identity.
Yeah, you have to set your own lane and your own identity. Set yourself separately, because then some people will start including you as those are the people that you don't want. So that's the only difference I'll say. My dad, he's been actually the same, really, just more morals and more talking and stuff.
Doesn't this give you like boundaries? Like, yes, I was in this situation, I'm in this situation. Now you put boundaries to yourself and you're like, there's sometimes when my leg has not to go this side.
Yeah. Funny enough, with me, I have a lot of times, because me, I'm so open. Ask me anything, I will tell you what I ate for breakfast. I'm so open, literally. But that's why I work with family, because they know me better. I've tried to work with managers. When someone doesn't know you, they fear you to tell you the truth. With my sisters or my family, because I work with my sisters.
Yeah, because it was really interesting. I mean, you're a young girl in the industry, your sisters are managers, because we've seen examples of some musicians who their sister is a manager and they have failed literally, but then like they're doing a great job. And I'm like, Devine B, you must have boundaries. Like there's some people who cannot,
Because with me, I'm very open, I'm very happy, I don't care what people think, I don't care what anyone's doing, it's my life and I want to do what I want to do. But then there's that level where my sisters will be like, Devine, don't do this, because if you do this or if you say this, they will open up my mind in a way I do not think. Because for me, I'm thinking like, if I affect them, I don't care. But my sisters will always, I think because it's good to work with family, because they know you and they'll tell you the honest truth. Devine, you're adding weight, cut weight. Devine, this did not look right, or something my dad wouldn't tell me, but my sisters would tell me. Yeah, it's really good. And because for me, I step out of boundaries like in a day 100 times. I can step out. My sister's like, Toshkola, sure, don't do this, don't say this is how you want to be. Because I have two different upbringings, London and Uganda. Now when you mix
you get these cultures together.
In London, the children are taught to do their own thing. It's your life. That's why a lot of people disrespect their parents.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of children actually are not even leaving home, because of that mentality of it's your life, you do what you want, you say what you want. You can even, whatever it is, the bad things or the cool things. That's how London reputation is, like the mentality that they have. Now when I come to Uganda, you're humble. You do this, your father and mother are like your gods to you. Secondly, you have to respect them, stuff like that. So when I mix them both, it's Devine B, basically.
So you've really found out how to differentiate between culture, because no matter the fact, when you're in London, you don't care whether you're in London or not, you still carry the norms.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you cannot do away as an African girl?
One of the things I can't. I don't really know, because me, I'm easy to adjust to things. When there's something, I'm used to new things happening. Because when I was growing up, always there will be a new change. There'll be, okay, there's no light today, there's no food today. I'm always easy to adjust to things. Okay, today now we have clothes, then now we have this. So there's nothing that I would say that I cannot live without, or I can't as an African girl. But one thing that is in me is humbleness. Humble yourself. And with me, because they feel like, a lot of people feel like because I'm Devine B, the tycoon's daughter, they feel like they have that fear of, if I come to interview her, or if I come to say hi to her, I just queen like her, like she'll show me like shoulder, like cold shoulder, when really I'm actually down to earth. I'm actually that person that I can talk for years, we can be friends. I'm an open person. Because of that typical thing, they fear, and it's really a bad thing, because then business won't flow. Because I know some people that say, we want to interview you, but we're scared, or we're shy, or we think you're going to, like some fans will be like, Devine, I saw you today, but I was scared to approach you because you was with people. I was like, I'm really down to earth. There's no reason for me to show a cold shoulder, because today you have it, tomorrow you don't.
True.
So I always remember that in my head, to be humble.
Today you have it and tomorrow you don't. I mean, you really suit the topic of discussion, because you've seen this, you've been in all situations. When was the first time, how did you feel the first time when you released your first video and audio out?
I felt like finally it's happening. Finally, what I wanted, like, it's actually out there. Finally. But then, when I first released my first song, I saw the views coming, but it wasn't coming how I wanted it. Because for me, one thing about me that I need, that some my sisters say, Devine, calm down. Because for me, if I want it, I have to get it. I won't stop until I have it. So I saw, the video's out, but there's not a lot of views. People are not catching it. Like, I don't have fans by then. So I had to work. I had to make sure, okay, what do I have to do to gain that? I'll do this. What do I have to do? I'll make sure I have it. I'm kind of stubborn in my head. When I want something, I'll make sure I fight to get it. I'm not going to sleep and think I'll get it like that. I have to fight, and I will not ask my dad. I work for myself.
So, I mean, I think the viewers need to know, you will not ask your dad, you fight it for yourself. Does that really mean that all of your videos, your audios eat your money?
I would say it's both sides, because my dad is really supportive. He's even behind the scenes. Like the Dead Sugar one, he was behind the scenes. We saw he was behind the scenes. He was like, what are you wearing? He's very supportive. He's actually like my mentor. He's really supportive. So I will not say it's all my money. It's not all. Videos, he contributes to some. And but the hard work, all of this, is not my dad's money.
So would you tell us on how the young girls out there, or the females who want to join the music industry, how they're supposed to balance their money for the music industry? Because some of us forget and have put the whole in the music and forget that tomorrow the song might be a hit or not. And that's how you find someone was a hit, then later they went broke.
Yes. Music industry is very expensive. Very expensive. It's the funny thing is, music, you can do your studio for free, you can maybe do your video for free or for little money. When it comes to promoting your song, that's where the expensive thing is, because you have to promote it to all widespreads, because you want to be a wide person. You have to pay the DJs, go to the TVs, go to this, to that. It's really expensive. So save up a lot. If you really like something, just how if you see that dress, you make sure you have that money. Even that little money that's remaining, you make sure you keep it. Save a lot. Also look for a budget that suits you. Don't go for that because everyone's going for Sasha vibes, because everyone's going for these producers. Don't go for names, because that's how you go broke. Because if you go for the names instead of for the quality, for me, I use Ken Heights. My videos look expensive, but they're not. They're not expensive. They look expensive, but they're really not. The only thing that is expensive, I'll say, is promoting. That's the hard part. But don't go for the brands. Don't go for the hottest thing. Everyone's using that person. Everyone's using Sasha vibes. They are good, but if you know you don't have the pocket for it, do not bother, because you'll be broke. And another song, it won't come out because you don't have the money for that. So yeah.
So I mean, from your tone and your speaking, someone can think you live in Uganda, because don't go for the Sasha vibes. Don't go for that if you don't have the money. Who tells you all this?
I just know it from us. It's simple. If you can't afford Gucci, but you can afford Owino shoes, and you can still have lunch and breakfast the next day, go for that, because it's still comfortable. But if you go for Gucci and you don't have a month, that's your whole salary gone there.
Yeah.
You can't pay your phone bill, your house bill. Don't do that, because you're breaking your pockets because of a brand, because of the hottest thing out. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't break your pockets because you break your pockets.
So does that mean that you can never put your all for your brand? Like,
you can, but think wisely.
Because literally for us to think you're putting much for your brand because you're Divinely. I mean, if I look at your music video, I'll be like, okay, this is money. I mean, so when you tell me do not put your all, sometimes you feel like
you put your all, but when it comes, it depends on you. If you're okay with wearing Gucci and not having a next Gucci pair,
yeah,
you know, once you can buy it once, make sure you can buy it twice.
Yeah.
So if you can buy your Gucci pair and you have not eaten and you can starve to death, that is your own. That is fine for you, but you'll be suffering, not other people.
Mm-hmm.
People will see you, oh, you look nice, but you will be the one with the pain.
True.
So if you're going with expensive videos, expensive producers, that is on you. We call it will sound nice, yes, but for the long run, a song will get old, and then you have to release another one. Katrina said.
Who is your producer?
I have different producers.
Yeah.
But one of them, so far I've used Eliakis. He's worked with Radio Music.
Yeah.
I've worked with Andre. I've also worked with different other producers. I've worked with, I said Andre, Eliakis, Nassim.
Wow.
I've worked with Nassim on the beat.
Who is your manager?
And my manager is my sister.
Hawa.
Yeah. I have my manager sisters.
Your sisters are your managers.
Yes.
And they help you do the promotion.
Yes, they help me do promotion. They manage me, they mentor me. So yeah, it really helps to work with family. Management is really not a joke. They can destroy you, they can delay you. And sometimes I feel like they've delayed me because by now I feel like I could have been higher. But because I had management before and they didn't do good for me, it didn't work. That's when I decided, you know what, no management, I'll just work with my family. To go with that. So
if I was to describe you, Devine B is a writer, an artist, a business girl. I can say lady, but she's gonna be the next boss lady, maybe. So those three can define you.
Yes.
How is your ideal day like if you're not at school? If you're not like on semester at campus?
If I'm not at school.
Okay, I imagine now you're in you've cheated your holiday. You're not in holiday now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming you're in holiday. What's your ideal day when you're in Uganda?
My ideal day in Uganda is, it's very different. It's wake up early in the morning, we have something to do. If it's not an interview, it's a show. If it's not a show, it's a fitting for an outfit. It's very busy every day. New things come up at random times. I just have to be ready to go. Fast pace. UK is like I'm on time, I'm on everything. I can wear however I want to wear, look however. When it comes to Uganda, do this, do that, do this. But now it's even changed. It's now even gone to Uganda. So I'll be in a shop. Are you Devine B? So I see my work is working. It's moving. My ideal day in Uganda is very busy.
Very busy?
Yes. I don't even have privacy. I hardly have privacy now.
So you wake up early in the morning, you tell your sister, hey sis, I've written something here, I mean, let's go to the studios. Mm-hmm. You only think about shooting when you come to Uganda, right?
Yes, I do. I only think about
not unless it's a collabo. There is a collabo you have done with some musician, I don't know, is it Nigerian?
Yeah, that was in Uganda.
It was in Uganda. Then
all of my videos have been in Uganda.
So that guy had just come to Uganda to do a collab with you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really awesome. So as we conclude the show, what are those beautiful or sweet message you would put out there to the girls out there who want to be the Devine Bee, who are dreaming of that lifestyle? I mean, you're having your books, but you really want to do entertainment. You can not only be a musician, you can be a businesswoman when you're still in school. Maybe you can be a writer, just maybe poet. You can be very many things. What are those sweet words you can give to any girl out there who wants to do that thing while still in school?
I would first say age does not matter. It does not matter if you're 16, it does not matter if you're 25. The earlier you start, the greater your empire will be when you're older. It will be a point where you're 25 and you're now a millionaire. People are still suffering when they're 40. Do you understand? Age does not matter. Time is not on your side. You think, I'll do it tomorrow. Start your hobbies now and practice them whilst you're still young. Because when you're older, competition gets tighter every season. Now Devine Bee has entered. Now it's tighter. Next time, if you relax on your hobby, it will fade away. There'll be a point where you won't even have the talent, you won't even have the time. But balancing your books and your career ways, it's really good to always have your education as a backup. Because if I was to only focus on music, my only income will be my music. And if I was to do my makeup line, I would not have the mentality. I will also be struggling to build my brand.
Yeah.
But if I have that degree, it will be easier for me. It will be those things where I know what to do already. Okay, I've got my degree, so I needed this. It will be faster. But if you're only focusing on only your career and not education, it will be very hard. If you don't want to suffer, stay in school. Get your degrees, make your parents proud, but also don't think your parents are just saying stay in school because it's just stay in school. Need that. It will actually help you in the long run. You will need it in some occasions, like my music. I didn't think I would need my degree, but look at me now. My head is saying I want to expand. But say if I did not go to university, I want to expand, but I really can't because I wouldn't know where to start from. But because I have that knowledge of education, I'm educated. I'll know where to start from immediately. The important thing is stay humble, stay in school, practice while you're still young. Age does not matter. Time is not on your side. You think you have time, but you really don't, because competition gets tight every season.
Beautiful words from Devine Bee. Age does not matter. You can be 16, you can be 25, but you still can do or live your dream. Be honest, and there's no definition. You cannot differentiate between a rich dad and a poor dad. They all bring food to the table. They have the same love. What he can give you, he can give you as well. Or we can always have the relationship with our friends. That way we build a career. She has grown big. I must admit, she is young, but her growth is at a faster rate. You see her each and every day, and she's making it bigger and better. Well, thank you very much for being with us through the show. It has been your host, Asha Kulsum. The show has been her moment, and those of you who've just tuned in, you can still catch us up on our social media pages. That is at Rico TV Uganda on Facebook and Twitter. Well, you can also go to my social media page, that is at Asha Mahliz. Mahliz is Marliz. We still get you the glimpse of what has been taking place in the previous videos. Yes, you can also catch up Devine Bee at
Devine Bee Official. That's DIVINE Official on everything.
Let's support the young girls out there. Let's support our careers. Let's have a dream. Do not step down your dream no matter what. It could be your family, it could be your friends. Let's support each other, and that way maybe. We are in a girl child free generation where we have education, we have freedom to do this, freedom to do that. Yes, with that, I beg to stop here and thank you for being part of the show and tuning in to the last dot of the time. Goodbye.
We kill them with this style. We killing it, we leave them in a mile.
Came in for the money, I need to play no games. I kill them with no mercy. Pull the trigger. Came in for the money, I need to play no games. I kill them with no mercy. Pull the trigger, boy. It's a dirty trigger, boy. It's a heavy figure, I'm a real fire bomb girl. Enter the scene, doing me dirty, I ain't doing it clean. I said real fire bomb girl. Enter the scene, doing dirty, I ain't doing it clean.
I'm a fireball, I'm a gadget a song, and Jaja is my body, I'm a negative is cold, positive is warm. I'ma keep my side on my lane. Around the world, I go rub it on my finger, but man don't know where to go. I'm up like a lamb, like a lion when I roar. Lord, make my enemies slow. You keep me in the dark and you put me in the light. You make my weakness my strength.
Real fire bomb girl, enter the scene. Doing me dirty, I ain't doing it clean. I said real fire bomb girl, enter the scene. Doing me dirty, I ain't doing it clean.